In a dusty village near the banks of the Padma River, there lived an old man named Aban. Aban was known by everyone, but not for his wealth or his wisdom. He was known for his big dreams and his lazy hands. Every morning, while his wife, Sia, went to the village outskirts to peel cashews for a few coins, Aban would sit at the local chai shala, tea store. With a cup of tea in his hand, he would tell anyone who listened, "One day, I will own the largest spice shop in the city. One day, I will drive a motor car." But one day never arrived. Aban's hands remained soft and his pockets remained empty. His grandson, Ayan, was a bright boy of 7. One evening, Ayan came home from school crying. His cheap rubber sandals had snapped for the 3rd time, and he had to walk barefoot over the hot, jagged stones. "Grandpa," Ayan sobbed, "the other boys laughed at me. They called me the grandson of the dreamer, who cannot even afford a pair of shoes." For the first time in his life, Aban felt a sharp sting in his chest. It wasn't hunger, it was shame. He looked at Sia's tired, cracked hands and Ayan's dusty, bruised feet. That night, Aban did not talk about his big plans. He stayed silent. The next morning, before the sun rose, Aban went to the village brick kiln. The work was brutal. He had to carry heavy, wet clay bricks under a sun that felt like fire. His back ached and his muscles screamed. But every time he wanted to quit, he remembered Ayan's barefoot walk on the stones. After a month of back-breaking labor, Aban received his first pay. It was not much, but to him it felt like a fortune. He remembered a piece of advice he heard at the tea store. "The secret to wealth is saving. Hide your money and you will be safe." Aban took a thick bamboo tube, cut a small slit in it, and turned it into a money box. Each week, he dropped a few coins inside. To save more, he became extremely stingy. He refused to buy new sandals for Ayan. He told Sia to cook less rice. They lived in darkness to save on oil for the lamp. The bamboo tube grew heavy, and Aban felt proud. He thought he was building security. 1 year later, a great festival was approaching. Aban decided it was time. He broke the bamboo tube. A pile of coins and worn-out notes fell onto the table. "Finally," he whispered, "we will buy a cow. A cow will give us milk to sell and milk to drink." They went to the market, but when Aban asked the price of a cow, the trader laughed. "Old man, that money might have bought a cow last year, but now prices have risen. This pile will only buy you a small goat, and not a very healthy one." Aban froze. The money had stayed the same, but the world had moved on. His year of starving and suffering had been for nothing. He sat by the road, defeated. Just then, he saw his neighbor, Rahim. A year ago, Rahim was as poor as Aban. But now, Rahim was riding a sturdy bicycle with 2 large milk cans attached to the back. "How did you do it, Rahim?" Aban asked.
did you save every coin in a bamboo tube?" Rahim smiled and shook his head. "No, Aban. If you lock money in a tube, it dies. It cannot breathe. Last year, I had only 10 coins. I didn't hide them. I bought a small bag of high-quality seeds. I planted them, sold the vegetables, and bought 2 chickens. The chickens gave me eggs, which I sold to buy this bicycle. Now, I deliver milk for the big farm. My money didn't sit still. It worked for me." Aban looked at his pile of dead coins. He finally understood. That day, he didn't buy a half-starved goat. He bought 5 healthy hens and a bag of grain. He went home and told Ayan, "We will not just save money anymore. We will grow it." Within months, the 5 hens became 20. The eggs provided breakfast for Ayan and a steady income for Sia. Aban used the extra profit to buy a small sugarcane press. Now, he didn't just sit at the tea stall. He stood by his own cart, selling fresh juice. One evening, Aban handed Ayan a pair of brand new, sturdy leather boots. He looked at his grandson and said, "Never just save money, my boy. That is what people do when they are afraid. Instead, make your money work. Even if you start with a single seed, plant it." Therefore, the story of Aban teaches us a vital lesson about the nature of wealth. Many people believe that the road to financial freedom is simply through saving and denial. They hide their money under mattresses or in low-interest accounts, thinking they are safe. However, as Aban discovered, money is like water. If it stays still, it becomes stagnant and loses its value due to inflation and rising costs. To build a truly secure future, you must turn your savings into assets. An asset is something that puts money back into your pocket, like a small business, an investment, or even learning a new skill that increases your earning power. In summary, here are 3 takeaways from this story. Work is the foundation. Dreams are beautiful, but only labor gives them wings. Beware of dead money. Inflation is a silent thief. If your money isn't growing, it is shrinking. Start small, think big. You don't need a fortune to start. Rahim started with a bag of seeds. Aban started with 5 hens. What matters is that you put your resources to work. Ultimately, the goal is not to be a slave to money, but to make money a slave to you. Don't let your tomorrow stay trapped in a bamboo tube. Plant it today and watch it grow into a forest. If this story inspired you or changed the way you think about your bamboo tube, please give this video a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. What is the first seed you are going to plant today? Don't forget to subscribe to Hopecraft English for more stories that build your English and your wisdom at the same time. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing.